everyone, welcome to Bad Ellie. I'm Chris King.
Alexander Void.
Today we're having a 2015 preview for film. All the big kind of movies that are coming out this year. We're just going to break down and give you our quick thoughts and opinions on what we know is coming up and what little details we have about them.
All right. So I will actually start off. January 2nd is Rec 4 Apocalypse. See, I am a big fan of Rec 1 and 2. This is, if you guys don't know, it was remade in the U.S. as Quarantine, which was a terrible movie. But the original Recs were actually really good. 1 and 2, my favorites. I did see 3, didn't care much about it. Rec 4 just came out, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I wanted something more. I wanted something bigger. I wanted to keep that feel of 1 and 2, because 3 was kind of a spin-off. And they did mention it here in Rec 4, but it was a spin-off. It just didn't really matter. It was just there, a nod to it. But that movie was actually bad. I might rewatch it again, just hoping that I missed a lot, because I didn't like it at all. So that was it for January, at least for me.
Yeah, there wasn't any movies that really came out this month that I didn't see any movies this month. And January 30th is the next date that some movies come out, but there's not really anything that is really worth mentioning, at least. February 6th, though, is Jupiter Ascending.
Yes. So Jupiter Ascending is made by Wachowski siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like The Matrix. I didn't watch Cloud Atlas. It's just, but I do have hope for them. For some reason, I want them to succeed. They keep trying to make these big movies with big ideas, and I just want it to be good. But it's just, I don't know. I want it to be good. It's just that simple.
I finally saw the trailers for it, and it just looks like any other sci-fi movie.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, my biggest problem with it is more Channing Tatum and Mila Kunis, because although I'm big fans of them, kind of in a sense. I mean, Mila Kunis more because that 70s show.
Yeah, I guess that's all I could think.
And Channing Tatum, I mean, he's coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't get over the makeup that he has in this movie, because he has like some weird, like blonde kind of eyebrows and beard. I'm sorry, I just can't get over it. It's just weird. But the bigger thing is Wachowski brothers are directing and producing and writing all this stuff, right? To me, they just haven't really made any hits that have stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, most people are going to say Matrix. To me, Matrix 1.
There's only one
cool.
Matrix.
Yeah, right? So that's my problem. I think they're just trying to do really big spectacles, you know? Maybe it will look amazing. I don't know so far. I mean, it seemed very recycled. But I would like to see them do something like, maybe like a heist movie or something, you know? Think really big, but with a much narrower kind of, viewpoint. I don't know. We'll see. But I will say one interesting thing is that a lot of rumors were that we're going to see like a Batman vs. Superman trailer in front of Jupiter Ascending. I don't believe so.
It is by WB, so I can see it happening, but I do think it's too early.
I feel like, because it is so early, if they really wanted to do that, I think you should have just put it in front of Hobbit.
Yeah.
I think it's way too early to be talking trailers for that movie. But, there's that. Going off towards, furthermore in February, do you have any other movies? Nope. Okay. Kingsman: The Secret Service, February 13th. Not really a movie that I've been that interested in. Mm-hmm. However, this is actually one of the topics for Thursday's rundown. Fantastic Four trailer is going to play in front of Kingsman and the Secret Service. Kingsman and the Secret Service. Kingsman is also a comic book, and both properties are owned by Fox. They're both producing both films. So we'll talk more about this on the rundown, but quick thoughts about Fantastic Four.
Okay, sadly we don't even care about Kingsman.
I was about to say that.
But we do care about the trailer before it. So Fantastic Four, I like Josh Trank. I keep hearing a bunch of rumors that he's being a drama queen on the set, and that he's just trashing and throwing stuff. But these are just rumors, so probably he just like dropped a piece of trash. Yeah. And they're saying, he's trashing the set.
He's trashing the set.
So this movie seems like such a mess. Fantastic Four seems like such a mess. I kind of want to see it. It's going to be like a train collision, and you're just going to be staring at it. Yeah. I didn't like the old Fantastic Fours, both of them, and I don't know how I feel about this. They changed too much. He's now a blogger. It's a blogger. Dr. Doom's a blogger.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's I haven't been this worried about a trailer probably since Ant-Man. But even Ant-Man, I'm looking more forward to than Fantastic Four.
Oh yes, definitely.
I just there's no hope really at this point. Fantastic Four. This trailer is its last hope because I mean, will the movie sell a lot of tickets? Of course. Could it be amazing? Of course, it can be amazing. But as far as everything we've seen beforehand, from leaked images, leaked script, leaked conversation, it looks like it's a mess. It's probably going to be a mess. Knowing that Fantastic Four is still in Fox's hands, if this movie doesn't take off, I'm sure Fantastic Four 2 will still go on as continued. But after that, if you can't pull it together, either sell off the property back to Marvel or just stop making the movies. I'm not really sure what to do at this point. But I will say this trailer is the last hope before the movie comes out to really change our mind.
Yeah.
So we'll see kind of what happens with that. I'm sure the trailer will leak online.
I think it'll come out like a day before.
Yeah, so they'll probably release it too. I don't really necessarily want to have to go see Kingsman to go see a trailer. But a lot of people are really interested in Kingsman though. It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes now. Wow. So could be good. 50 Shades of Grey comes out that day as well.
That's been the biggest.
Yeah.
Fandango has stated that it's the #1 rated R movie.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to mention it because I don't really believe in the actual plot of the whole stories. Which I read the plot, not the books, but I read the plot, and it just is very recycled kind of romance kind of thing. However, again, like you mentioned, it is massive. Like a lot of people are going to see this movie. It probably will. I'm sure it will break records for February.
See, what I hope. Sadly, this is very strange that I'm saying this, but I really want it to succeed. I want it to be big. I want it to be good because if it does, there's a next step for rated R movies.
Yeah.
This is studio saying, okay, you know what? This will make money. Let's push it on. You know what? I changed my mind. We're gonna make Deadpool rated R.
Good point.
I'm really hoping that this actually does well.
That's a good point. Let's see. Coming up, this one kind of stands out for me because again, probably not gonna see it. March 13th, Cinderella, the live action one.
Oh yes.
Again, another kind of thing we mentioned. Disney hasn't done too many live action of their properties kind of stuff, and I think you can just go back and watch the animated one if your children really want to watch it or something. But it could set a precedent for like if this movie succeeds, like we might get Aladdin, live action. We could get like I don't know, it's probably my favorite one, that and Lion King. So I don't know. Could something like that probably could happen, but they'll probably make more princess movies. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they took the first step, the first dip of the toes into the pool was Enchanted. If you guys remember Enchanted back then. Yeah. Then from there, of course, Snow White and the Huntsman didn't do very well. Yeah. Then they pull out Maleficent.
Yeah.
And that one, I don't know. I guess it was successful, but it wasn't well received.
Right.
So they're still trying. And I guess this is their next revamp rather than making it in CG, I guess, CGI. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, because I think that's where we are right now with Disney movies. Is most of them becoming CGI rather than animated.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a new kind of step forward. April, we're skipping months now ahead because there's really just much smaller movies that. I mean, Serena is coming out on March 27th with Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper. Big fan of Bradley Cooper. Big fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I like them both together, especially. But Serena is strange because it's been delayed like 2 years, and we're hearing very bad stuff about the production. It has a very low score with critics right now, which we don't follow. But it says again what's happening with this movie. It probably was a train wreck, so that's why I kind of skipped over. But I mean, I don't know. I'm interested in seeing what happens in the movie. But again, April 3rd, Furious 7.
Oh yes, Furious 7. So I watched Fast and Furious 1. I jumped into that weird little hype thing. I was like, okay, this is okay. I watched Fast and Furious 2. I was like, okay, I guess. I don't know what I'm still doing here. And then I did actually like Tokyo Drift. I was one of those people who actually enjoyed Tokyo Drift. Then I think 4 still I didn't care about. And then I think 5 is what hit me. Mm-hmm. That's where I was like, I am interested. This is fun. I'm going to go into the theaters, turn off my brain, eat some popcorn, enjoy movies, yell at everybody, laugh with my mouth open while eating popcorn, and throw popcorn at everyone. So I'm for this. Yeah. I want to, and then drive home way too fast.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to start races with every car next to you. So yeah, it's interesting. Fast and Furious has taken a very crazy. Man, I just fell into this pun. Fell into a really crazy ride. Mm-hmm. But
yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
That just happened.
But again, I agree. I was trying to I've never been a fan of the Fast and Furious. I gone so far as to try to avoid those movies because, especially like I remember when it first came out, it didn't hit me at all. But Tokyo Drift came out, and I don't know why I watched it, but I did, and I'm one of the few as well. I love Tokyo Drift. Mm-hmm. It's not really a good movie, but it's just so entertaining. As far as the characters and just the concept of and also being Tokyo partly, it was interesting.
I think that's the big thing for me.
Yeah, it was cool. I thought it was cool. A lot of people don't say it's the worst out of the series, but I was trying to rewatch the first Fast and Furious, and it's impossible. It's like going to play, maybe as good as the first Resident Evil is. It's like trying to play one of those when you've already played.
Oh wow.
Like Battlefield on PS4. It's very hard. It's clunky. It looks terrible. So I was just saying maybe I have to see it on a Blu-ray or something.
What about the super cool dialogue?
It's crazy. Oh my god!
Get out of my face! I'm in your face.
It's oh my god! It's ridiculous. It's insane. And it's not to say that I don't like old movies, right? It's just that the first Fast and Furious movies were produced so badly. Maybe I know everyone loves them, but they're just as far as production wise, they were so bad that it's very hard to rewatch it. It's a movie that didn't age well.
Yeah,
it's a series that didn't age well. However, again, like starting with 4 and 5 is when it turns to like a heist movie or something like that.
Yes, right? Yes, that was a nice reboot.
Very nice transition. Yeah, and it is. You're right. It's a reboot. And I mean, this one I think is directed by Justin Lin and stuff. Yes. And I'm hearing again rumors and speculation that Universal's planning like up until 10. Mm-hmm. So they're trying. This is their $1 billion franchise. And I think this movie will probably be the first one to hit $1 billion. So. Yeah,
well, Jason Statham's in it.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. I will say the trailer is also awesome.
You didn't want that Fast and Furious transporter mashup?
It's just like I hate the fact that they get like Bruce Willis put in G.I. Joe. Let's put The Rock and let's put Jason Statham. It's like okay, we get it. Expendables, Expendables 4. I guess that's what it is coming out. So now going in April as well. Nothing really else that stands out.
May 1st.
May 1st.
Yeah. So May 1st is The Avengers Age of Ultron. So that one, it's obvious. You guys see our other videos.
We've been talking about it since like 2014.
Very excited about this. I am watching trailers and stopping them every second. Yeah. I'm way too into this. This is becoming a problem.
Is it, in your opinion, is it going to stand like all this hype that's around it?
Yes. I'm very good with that. I do have like high hopes for things, and I kind of just go into a movie. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take a breath. I'm gonna watch this movie as a movie. So I allowed myself to get sucked into this world. So and I lose my other world. So the hype doesn't do anything.
Do you have higher expectations for this movie than Avengers?
No, I think I will enjoy it as much because they are also very different movies. Yeah. The first one was a little more kid friendly, family friendly, just fun.
This I feel like Avengers was an event. Mm-hmm. Right, it was like the first time in cinematic history that you have like a shared universe, a shared comic book universe. Same time you ever have a team of superheroes, besides like Watchmen and other kind of movies like that. But I don't know. It's shaping up to be good.
Yeah, I think that was a good phrase they used in events because it's like, would you say that last time I went to Disneyland was better than this time that I went to Disneyland?
Right.
It's just the only things that would matter is this line was longer, so I didn't go to this ride. So same thing with this. It's like I guess the experience will be different due to the audience, but this one is a different experience. This is more of a drama, at least what it looks like so far. This is more of a drama. The other one's more lighthearted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is interesting, right? Mm-hmm. The little kind of switch that Marvel's been pulling. May 22nd, Tomorrowland. I wasn't interested in this movie. I thought the concept was ridiculous until I saw the trailer. And this one actually has, and actually the one thing that sold me on this movie before the trailer was the fact that Hugh Laurie's in it. I'm a massive Hugh Laurie fan. But this one is kind of set in that Disneyland kind of.
Yeah, I don't care much about it. Yeah. I'm not interested in it. Was Jon Favreau, I think, is directing it?
Also, Brad Bird.
Oh, I remember now.
Yeah, a lot of Pixar.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
Yeah.
Did you miss May 15th?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, May 15th is Mad Max Fury Road.
What?
Yeah, well, at least that's what I have it on my list.
Wow, this is crazy that we're doing this on video right now. I was looking for Mad Max, and I thought it was supposed to come like in March or May, so that's strange.
May 15th, Mad Max Fury Road. This is something that I'm very interested in. I did watch the old Mad Max. Yeah. And I don't know how I feel about the game, though.
I just rewatched the trailer for the game, And it looks awesome. Do I think it's going to? I can't say much about Mad Max. Yeah, you know why? We will say that we will review that movie for sure. It will come out on the same day. But the movie is going to be awesome. But as far as the game goes, yeah, interesting how if it can. I don't think it has to do anything with the movie, obviously, but it will be interesting to see if it does deliver the same effect that the movie does. You know, but it's very strange that I missed that because it's not on this list, and that's kind of a shame because it's probably going to be the best movie, one of the best movies of 2015, and we'll explain later on why in the year. But yeah, okay, that was May 15th, right?
Yes.
Okay. The next one that kind of stands out to me is May 29th. There's an untitled Cameron Crowe project. And he's directing this movie that has to do with a pilot and this whole kind of like satellite launch and stuff, but there's like a romantic element involved and stuff. So, I mean, but Cameron Crowe is a pretty big director. And this one has Bradley Cooper and Emma Stone. It could be interesting, but the problem is that it's so tight to the vest now that we have like no details.
Yeah. Come on, they didn't even name the movie. It has no name yet, so.
It has no name. Just have the release date though. After that, June 5th, Entourage.
Okay, so this wasn't even on my list because I actually forgot about Entourage. I watched all of Entourage.
You're a big fan of the series. Right?
Yeah, I watched all of Entourage. I loved Entourage, but like a lot of the movies, I mean, a lot of the shows in HBO, like, what was it, Showtime? I forgot which one's which. I watch them all too much. Yeah. It dies down. It dies down, becomes something else, and it's like, it should have been cancelled or stopped or finished like a couple of seasons ago. That's what happened to Entourage. Like, it just dragged on too long. And then from there, they're just sticking it out there, trying to do the Sex and the City effect.
Yes.
Where it's like, okay, you guys remember this, right? Well, we're going to make one episode super long and make it into a movie. So, from what I've seen, I like it because of continuation, but it does seem like the same old, same old. So this will be kind of a nostalgia thing for people who have already seen it. So I don't expect big numbers for it. I don't expect people to come in and be like, yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of the only series that I hear everyone always talk about, and they've always recommended to me. I actually never really got a chance to dive too deep into it. I've only seen some of it, but I will say I love the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer
was awesome,
especially the beginning.
Yeah,
Yes.
It threw me off because it was like a movie within a movie. So yeah, it was really interesting. But we'll see. But also rated R.
Oh,
so,
wait, of course that makes sense.
Yeah, but it is like it's like a comedy kind of stuff. So I mean, we'll see. There's a little bit of a researches for radar movies for you there. June 12th, 2015.
Jurassic World.
So,
of course, growing up in those days, I did see Jurassic Park in theaters, and I didn't like the rest of them. I did watch Jurassic Park again when they re-released it in 3D. That was really fun. So I am excited for Jurassic World. This seems like they're taking it to a new thing, and then they also have Jurassic Park up top, if you see the trailers close enough. I thought that was really cool. So they are touching up on old stuff and they're doing new stuff. This one was in development hell for a long time.
Oh my god, I know.
For a long time. I saw the concept art. I saw a bunch of information.
Yeah, initially it was called Jurassic Park 4.
Yes.
With the IV. Yeah.
Yes. They had a bunch of stuff to do with this. They changed the script a few times, and there were some very interesting things. This one, I am hoping they stick to the last plan because it sounds so cool, but I don't think it'll be good for kids if they do that. So I think they're going to change that up. Once we review the movie, I'll talk about what that is. Hopefully, I could, hopefully it happens, but if it doesn't happen, I'll mention what I'm talking about right now.
Hopefully I won't give it away. I'm not sure if this is what you're talking about, but I'm hearing a lot of stuff about like a cross species.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But yeah, it's very creepy. Very, very strange. Sounds like Tusk kind of a thing. But, creepy. Really creepy. But it could be good. The thing that's really selling me on it right now is just Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt riding with dinos and motorcycle.
Yeah. It's just, you can't go wrong. It should be pretty awesome.
I do also like that it's actually open.
Yeah.
That it's open and there are people there rather than just sticking with a tent.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer was decent. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it's really that good or anything, but I'm excited for it. I mean, hopefully it will be good. However, July 1st, okay, we have another series that's coming back. Terminator Genesis, whatever you want to call it.
Sega.
I mean, you remember Terminator Salvation, right?
Yes.
Same effect as what Jurassic Park, 4 World had. Salvation came out. It was a disaster. I didn't even see it, but I knew it'd be a disaster, and it was. but it also was in development hell for a very long time. It came out and everyone was really excited. You had Christian Bale, who was the it guy because he was in Batman. Same thing you're having in Jurassic Park World. That's the one reason why I'm still skeptical about it. They're both Universal, right?
Yes.
See, so that's the one thing I'm really worried about. World Genesis doesn't look good at all, but at least World does.
It's so sad because people are really pushing Jai Courtney out there. Like they really want him to become some
Captain
kind of
Boomerang.
Yeah, they want him to become something.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember him from Spartacus, Blood and Sand, and I liked him there. And then also here in the other side, we do have Daenerys Stormborn. If you guys watch Game of Thrones, she's in there too. So I don't have hopes for this. I want it to be good, but I don't.
You know, I think Terminator was honestly just best at one. A lot of people love two. I think just one, like a one-off, was a crazy concept, really cool. But I don't know. No hope for Genesis, but we'll see. I mean, it could be great.
Yeah,
Who knows?
don't lie to everyone.
Yeah, sorry, just giving you hope. July 17th.
July 17th, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Meh.
Okay, so we talked about this in extent, right? We talked about the trailer. We talked about as well another movie that Development Hell. The trailer was
6 years.
Trailer was pretty bad. I don't know.
The trailer was just very like, okay, now we need to do this, transition to this, transition to this.
Yeah.
It's very by the numbers.
Yeah,
type of movie.
all the cliches, all the action comic book shows. I said, right, the best part of the trailer was the end where screenplay by Edgar Wright that came out. That was the one.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the whole trailer.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Edgar Wright was working on this for 6 years, and then finally Marvel wanted to take a new direction, and they came out with this.
Which is, I mean, again, it makes no sense looking back. I know we talked about this to an extent, but when you look at Phase 3, no Ant-Man.
Yeah.
You know? No Ant-Man in there. It's possible that he will be in Infinity Wars. He better be, at least that or Civil War. But the problem is that why would you scrap Edgar Wright's Ant-Man, which we know would have been good. He has not made a bad movie. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't mean it would be great, right? But he has not made a bad movie. Not a movie that's not entertaining, especially with a comic book becoming genius. But you throw this guy off, and he's not even in Phase 3 anyway.
Yeah.
So unless they're keeping him for Phase 4, where Paul Rudd's going to be like, another 10 years older or something, and he's going to give off the suit to someone else, I guess. But I don't really see the whole, looking back, that's really what bothers me, that Ant-Man doesn't really seem to have a future in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, I really strongly believe that he will be in Civil War.
Yeah, I think he has to be, right? At least in that or Infinity War or something.
Well, for sure, I believe everybody is going to be in Infinity War.
Yeah.
So, I at least I want them to be.
Yeah. I think the one that is skeptical about is probably Guardians, because James Gunn has said so many times, probably not, but we'll see. We'll talk about that next year. July 24th, there's 2 movies actually here that are pretty interesting to me. Pixels, which is that movie by Adam Sandler, which had to do with that video that was uploaded a while back that went viral and all that kind of stuff. I love the concept, and I've only seen a few posters, but seeing a Dinklage in his costume, and you know what? I'm a sucker for Adam Sandler movies. Like, I know everyone bags on him like crazy. I understand that his movies are not good. I think his last best one would probably Just Go With It, but I'm a sucker for Adam Sandler movies. Like, I mean, it just takes me back to like Billy Madison and
Happy Gilmore.
It's Big Daddy for me.
Oh, Big Daddy.
I love Big
Forgot about
Daddy.
Daddy.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll watch anything he puts up. That's just it. He has a lot of trash movies. Not denying it. But I think this one will be hopefully one of those ones that are actually good. Yeah. Good concept. It has to do with gaming. It's really pretty cool. Pan.
That trailer was really good.
That trailer was awesome. Yeah, it's honestly it came out the same with Jurassic World.
Yeah.
It was definitely the best trailer that came out. One of the best trailers that came out last year for sure. Better than Ant-Man. Better than Jurassic World. I think it competes with Star Wars. It was that good. Peter Pan movies are going to come out for the end of time. They're always going to come out. But to see one that takes, like, it looks almost like a play in a sense. And seeing Hugh Jackman, and actually, I love Garrett Hedlund as well. I'm hoping that does another Tron as well. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks really badass. So hopefully that movie will be good. It's by Warner Brothers, I believe, as well, right?
Pan? I don't remember.
Yeah. I'm not sure. August 7th. You know that one?
Nope. I'm November 20th.
The Fantastic Four.
See, this is why it's not on my list. Because it's Fantastic Four. We said enough about Fantastic Four. It'll come out. I'm going to watch it for sure. I don't know if you're going to watch it. You going to watch it?
It's weird. Like, I should. I mean, if I review it, obviously I would. Most likely you probably will review it.
Yeah, if anything, I'll review it.
And I'll probably go off of that. It's just, I don't know if I initially want to get into it. We'll see.
I'll go for midnight, just in case it's really bad. I'm going to yell at everyone.
Oh my god.
So
I don't know. It's interesting.
I'll give my full force.
At some point I'm going to see it. So, I mean, we'll see. But, not sure just yet. August 28th. Hitman Agent 47. Interesting that they're kind of trying to reboot this. It's with Zachary Quinto now, Spock. I like the last Hitman movie. I think there's two, right?
I didn't know.
Yeah, there's two. We've talked about this before. Nope. We like the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hitman, I still state that is the best superhero movie. Not superhero, video game movie that came out was Hitman.
Yeah.
At least to me.
Yeah, it was really dope.
They changed a lot, but for what it was,
I mean, yeah, it didn't feel like a Hitman movie. It just felt like a kind of a spy.
Yes, yeah.
James Bondish. I think that you could have took off the name Hitman, and it would have been good. Yeah. It would have been just a good movie. So hopefully Agent 47 kind of delves deeper into the whole organization and the game. Mm-hmm. There's a story there to be told. I don't know why there's an obsession with Hitman, though. Because, again, I think it's like the third movie. I think the second one was either VOD or something, but we'll see. I mean, it could be good. There's obviously, they have faith in that property. So we'll see what happens there. Next one that kind of stands out for me is actually going much deeper into fall. My God. November 6th. Spectre.
Oh, correct. That's not even on my list.
Yeah. It's right before the one that you have.
Yeah.
So November 6th, that's probably my most anticipated movie. It's second. That's hard. Oh, you know what? It's hard. I don't want to say the third one just yet, but it's there with Avengers. Because I'm such a massive, I'm such a massive James Bond fan.
Yep.
And I think Daniel Craig is hands down the best Bond we've had next to Sean Connery. But he's still number one. Skyfall. I love Casino Royale. Quantum Solace was a step back.
Yep.
Skyfall was that potential that I saw. It's a 10 out of 10 kind of a movie. It's just perfect. And Spectre, Christoph Waltz, I love him in Inglourious Bastards. It just looks and Mendes come back to direct.
See, and that's what gets me. That's the reason why I was so obsessively wanting to watch Skyfall. Like while I was looking at this over and over again, because I love Sam Mendes. American Beauty was one of my favorite movies for a long time.
Yeah, it's a crazy movie. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll talk about it later on in the year when we get to that. Now, November 20th.
It's The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. So this is finally the finale. I am expecting huge numbers because Mockingjay Part 1 actually beat Guardians of the Galaxy in box office last year, which is very, very interesting. I didn't see that coming because I was one of those people who was like, nope, Guardians of the Galaxy has this in the bag.
Yeah.
So that's super cool. This property has taken quite a turn as well. It started off with me cringing and being like, I don't want to watch another Twilight movie. Yeah. And I watch it, I'm like, okay, this is okay, I'm going to watch the second one. The second one was really good, and then there you go, I'm hooked. And this was really good, it's different, it wants to open your eyes, it's actually telling you something. So this is a property that it's kind of a guilty pleasure. I don't like telling anyone that I like it, but I actually like it.
You know what, it was a guilty pleasure for me up until... Catching Fire was really good, but it's actually up until Part 1. Because I saw Part 1, last year, of course, and it blew my mind. It is so good. It's obviously the best of the series. As you mentioned, it's taken such a turn. It wasn't in jeopardy to begin with, right? It was doing great numbers. People love it. I thought Hunger Games was a cool idea. I thought it would be really good as a game. And then Catching Fire was better. But Part 1... Man, if you haven't seen Part 1, as soon as it's available for rental, you have to see it. It is dope. It is just so good. I'm actually worried now that Part 2 will not live up to Part 1.
Yeah, that was suck.
Which is weird, because we have not seen a Part 1 movie that is better than Part 2. Again, as well, I thought it was like a Twilight kind of ripoff. But no, it's better. It's just good. So, hopefully Part 2 is just, I mean, the finale to that, and it ties up all the strings. December 11th, In the Heart of the Sea. Cool concept for Chris Hemsworth. Has to do with kind of close to like Moby Dick, kind of something like that. But that's it. That's 2015.
Oh, you're missing December 18th.
You know what? If it's Star Wars, I'm
Yep.
gonna scream. Why is this not on this list?
Yep,
What's wrong
December
with these people?
18th. From what I have on my list.
That was my third most anticipated movie. So I don't know what's wrong.
Star
Sorry,
Wars,
I don't, this
Episode
list is
7.
crazy. Yeah. I
Force
don't know.
Awakens.
We haven't talked too much about Star Wars because we've just been waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still really surprised that it's coming out this year. I thought it would have been delayed till next year. I mean, I don't know. I'm really, really excited for it. It's my most anticipated. Definitely first is Star Wars, because if I read a really interesting article about what's his name, Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, and he told Abrams, this isn't a $200 whatever $million movie. This is a $4 billion movie.
Yeah.
Because this is why we purchased Lucasfilm. It was for this movie, and so he was like, no pressure. But yeah,
No pressure.
$4 billion movie, because if this hits, expect Disneyland. It's gonna have Star Wars in there, big time. Expect a spinoff every year, and expect I'm gonna say you probably will see up until episode 12 if this one hits. So
Yeah, and it's gonna hit. There's no way. Well, it's gonna make its money. Nobody could be as disappointed with than episode 1, 2, and 3. It's like
yeah, I mean,
wait, episode. Man, these episodes. The prequel trilogies.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever get as pissed off. Oh, that's 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so that already pissed us off. So this one is gonna be up there, and obviously he's trying to take it back to A New Hope and that trilogy, that original trilogy that we had. So I can't see it failing. I don't think I'm gonna see it opening night and that stuff, because people will be camping.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Oh yeah.
That'll take us a while to review.
I think unless we go to like one of the theaters, that you have to buy the seats. It's probably what we're going to try to do. But we will get that review within that day that it does release for sure. It will be packed all day. So I mean, anyway, last thing I'll say about that is just we've been Star Wars fans forever, but I was never a Star Trek fan. But when Abrams did that first Star Trek, I'm not saying it's the best or anything like that, but it was good enough that it got me into that universe. And I saw Star Trek and Into Darkness, and I thought the first one was really good.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, on that basis, we can assume that the Star Wars. I mean, well, he has it again, right? There's Disney will not release it if it's not good. Like, they will hold it and they will redo it if they have to. Because again, it's a $4 billion movie. They're not going to spoil it. So unless it's perfect, they won't release it. Yep. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's our film review of 2015. Expect a lot more news coming in near the summer, where we're really going to start to break down all these movies. We do film rundowns every Friday. So share this video. Thank you guys for watching this video, and just let us know down below anything you guys are looking forward to.